You're listening to the PT Pinecast, where smart people in healthcare come to make noise. Here's your host, Jimmy McKay.
All right, today's episode is powered by, supported by, empowered by U.S. Physical Therapy, a national network of clinics focused on, developing clinicians, not burning them out. Leadership tracks, mentorship, career growth, the stability you build to help you build the future in PT for your career. If any of those things, a lot of those things, all those things sound like something you want, check them out online, usph.com. I would say where they are geographically, but that would take 20 minutes. There are a lot of the places. So find out what that means and what it could mean for you at usph.com. Our guest today grew up in Texas, but chased the open skies in the Pacific Northwest. From climbing the highest paved mountain in the world to mountain biking epic trails in Moab. I want to ask him about that because I've always wanted to do it. This guy doesn't just push limits. He lives beyond them. And now he's doing the thing that some of the people we talk about in this podcast and the live streams that we do sort of aspire to. We're catching him at the moment where he just left the diving board. And that's why this is so special. So after years of being a PT, he's now living out a dream, owning his own clinic and redefining what a modern PT practice can be. He believes the old ways of running a clinic are dying. And he's not afraid to say it, which is good because it's a podcast. We need him to say some stuff. He's here to talk about building boldly, betting on yourself, and innovating beyond the four walls. Matthew Fain, welcome to the show. Matt, how are you, man?
I'm great, man. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me.
So I've wanted to do like Moab or something because I've seen pictures of the rocks and they're smooth and the mountain biking. What time of year? Like that's where I always get stuck because people are like, you don't want to be out there when it's too hot. You don't want to be out there when it's too like where's the sweet spot?
Yeah, man, the sweet spot, I guess you call it the shoulder season. So we're looking at like late spring. It depends on how high you want to go because they got some mountains in there. They'll still have snow. But if you're down in the low hot spots, like early spring is good, late spring. And then we went in the fall, like early fall, September, October time.
Yeah. I want to do
summer, man. Too hot.
Yeah, I feel like you'll cook, man. I want to do like a Mentos. I want to do what I've seen in like the Mentos commercials back in the 90s where it's like, I don't know if I want to climb the mountains there. If I'm there, I want to do like the rocks and the stuff that looks like it was eroded and stuff like that. But they have that there because there's Moab, and what's near Moab is what other parks? Arches.
Well, there's Moab, Arches. I think Bryce Canyon is close.
Yeah,
Zion might be close. I'm not sure.
Zion, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. There's a lot of parks there. So, but yeah, it's mountain biking paradise.
Now that we've done the tourism commercial for the state of Utah, you're welcome, state of Utah. We love you. You just did a thing. You posted on LinkedIn that you're doing a thing. I don't want to tell. That's not my story. So just give a reframe for the audience. Like, what are you doing? Where are you? What's happening, Matt? What's happening?
Yeah, man. So I just bought an outpatient PT clinic. I've been working there for just over 10 years.
Wow.
And even initially when I came on, I told the owner, I was like, hey man, I know I got a lot to prove first, but I just want to know if I do well here, is there potential for me to buy the place when you're done? And he said yes. So I put my time in and then I was like, let's do it. And it was just a basic outpatient clinic. We were all insurance based and which is that was fine for a long time, but I've kind of been seeing the writing on the wall. And so when I took over, I was like, man, I want to do some new stuff, but it's, you don't know what you don't know. So yeah. I found some other people regionally that run clinics and do the hybrid model thing. I reached out to them, got some coaching, started to get ready, got some plans in place. And then, we did a big training day a couple of weeks ago. That was the LinkedIn post. It was the night before the training day. I had spent hours getting this thing ready, man. Yeah, man. There's PowerPoint slides, papers, everything. We had a full day of training. A lot of it initially was content in the afternoon. We did a lot of practicing about what we're going to talk about with the start date of the 1st of January.
So let's not get too far ahead. Let me re-rack the balls that we still got on the pool table here. Name of the clinic, location.
Yeah.
Who are your ICPs? Who do you love to see walk through the door? We'll start there.
Gotcha. So the name of the clinic is Phase 1 Physical Therapy. And we are in the Spokane, Washington area. That's the very east side of the state. So we're like 20 miles from Idaho. So, but our town, we're actually in Suncrest, which is a little commuter town about 15 minutes outside of Spokane. So we don't see a lot of Spokane proper patients, but just a lot of the people who live in our community. And it's roughly, we don't know the exact number, but it's probably roughly between 10 to 18,000 people in a big area. We're in the country, they're spread out.
Gotcha.
So that's what we see. We have a little school out here, a school district. It's just 2 elementary schools, a middle school and a high school. And then just the people who live here. There's a little bit of industry out here. Like I said, we're mainly a commuter town. We got some restaurants, a grocery store, and us. And the clinic's been here since 2003.
Got it.
And the owner started off in the front part of a storage unit.
Wait, rewind that. So he literally started out in a storage unit, like rolling the door up.
Well, not in the office part of it. You know how like sometimes storage units will have like an office section.
Yes.
He rented out the office section of it, but all around it was the storage units, and he just rented out the office space of the storage unit back in the day.
Because that's what you do.
That's what you do.
You do what you can with what you have while you can, and then you hope to improve.
You move on, and then I forget exactly when again, 2008 maybe. Or 2014, one of those times. I don't know why those 2 dates stick in my head. He bought some land and built a building, and in that building is a gym and us. And so
wait, when you say a gym and you, like a gym, you're going to have membership, strictly a gym, not like the gym portion of a clinic.
No, it's a gym that is open to the public, and then the physical therapy clinic. Now we can use the physical therapy clinic uses the gym for their patients, somewhat, but it is a gym open to the public.
So does he own the gym, or did he build next to a gym? And then if he owned it, do you own that now too, or are those two different things?
Two different things. So he bought the land and built the building and moved his PT business from the storage unit in, and then started the gym. So he owned all three: the land, the building, the gym, and the clinic. And I just bought the clinic. And
is he still going to run that gym?
He still has the gym and then the property.
And then can you walk to, is there a door from the clinic to the gym without having to go outside? Like, is there like a portal, a pathway?
Yes, actually the main entrance to our clinic, you have to go into the gym first.
The main entrance to the gym, you have to go through your clinic.
Other way around.
So to get in, do this again. I don't know why I'm not getting this. To walk into the gym, I have to walk.
To walk into our clinic, you have to walk into the front doors of the gym first.
I love that. I mean, that's good. It's great. It just shows you here, this is a progression. This is a spectrum. Yep. You're here. If you need something else, you go the other, you can come to us and you're there. So I'm guessing and you said he still owns it. Is he still daily operations of the gym, or he's strictly the owner?
He's the owner, and he has an office manager who does the day-to-day. Yeah.
But this is great, man. I mean, sounds like a good spot just from what I'm hearing.
It's a great setup, man. I can't, it's established. We got good patients. I've been there for 10 years now, so I'm well established with the company and the community. Everybody knows me out here. I live out here. It's a great setup. Can't complain.
Good for you.
I talked to a lot of people who started their own business, and even the former owner, and all the things, the stuff that you have to do to start. I'm like, well, it's already here. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to simplify this and say, oh man, work's cut out for you, be fine. But you're buying the boulder you've already overcome inertia. You don't need to prove this concept. And that's not to say that now that you're driving this bus, the stuff that you didn't see, now you're the guy. Something, the pipe burst. You can't say, hey boss, fix this. It's like, hey, there's no one else who's going to fix it except for me. Talk to me about this. You said you mentioned it to him. I know I've got a lot to prove, but is there a chance I could ever do that? Then you did the thing. You proved it for a decade, which is no small feat. So congrats to you there. When did these discussions start? How long ago? Ballpark it for me. And then what happened between those discussions? Like, hey, what's the name of the owner? Just the first name, or the former owner?
Joel.
All right, so it's you and Joel, and you're like, we're going to do this. Ballpark, how long ago was that? And once that was like, we're doing this, what was the transition like? Did she start to teach you and sort of pull back the curtain a little bit? Hopefully not all at once, because that's too much, but to make sure that you hit the ground beyond running.
Yeah. Well, so, the initial conversation obviously started when I got hired.
Sure.
That was my plan. I was like, I'm
but
going
that's a
somewhere.
dream. That's a dream.
Yeah.
It's becoming real, 3, 6, 12 months ago, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So I like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to put my head down and be a hard worker for like 5 years. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to work hard, establish myself. And then after 5 years, it was just starting to get a little conversations going about, hey, remember that conversation we had when I started? I kind of want to revisit that a little bit. And so we just gotten the ball rolling. And then in the last year, though, is when it really started to pick up steam. I'm at a certain age. I'm 45. So I have plenty of time left, but not a ton of time if I wanted to get like a clinic going, established, kind of make the changes I wanted to do, work in it for a while, and then start to find that next person, down the road. I wanted to have a lot of time to do this. And I was starting to see, if it didn't happen in the next 5 years, by the time I'm 50, I'm like, oh man, my return on investment starting to like go down. And so I was really feeling this is my time. So I honestly kind of pushed it a little bit. I was like, hey man, if you want me to do this, it needs to happen pretty quick.
Sounds like you were listening to sort of Marcus Lemonis. Do you know Marcus Lemonis from the?
I don't know.
It's great. You got to know your numbers. So you were like sort of doing the math, maybe roughly on the practice numbers, maybe even your head, maybe you were able to see some of the numbers, but you were also doing your personal numbers, which is who am I now? What do I want a year from now? What do I want 3? What do I want 10? And if I wait too long, that ROI is not ROIing, right? On multiple, like ROI return on investment, but also like ROI return on impact.
Exactly.
And that is that's why I'm like sort of pausing here and being like, see what he did? Like he was doing an internal assessment. Like, what do I want? If like, do I need to leave to get it somewhere else, or can I push in a good way and bring it up and cause that conversation to happen sooner than it might have happened naturally? And that's a good thing. So when you pushed and said, hey, can we make this happen? What happened next? How was it received? And then what happened next?
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a little earlier than he kind of anticipated, but I kind of just laid it out. I was like, hey, again, for me, this is how it is. And I think I had a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? I had a lot of ammo because I've been there for so long at that point. I've been well established. Everybody knows me. Like I was like the guy. Yeah. And it's going to be really hard to try to find someone else in this small community that already has that investment put in.
Stop. In a good way, in a non-sneaky way, you said, hey, listen, I'm being very clear. If this isn't right, then I might start to look somewhere else, or I don't know. But then if it isn't me, do your own timing. Who would it be? Now you've got to search for a person to take it over and buy it. That's hard. That's simple. That's not easy. So that's good communication in there and made that person think, yeah, he's got a point.
Yeah.
And we know how it sort of progressed because then those conversations continued.
Yep. So he thought about it a while. He's like, yeah, he was down. And so then we just got the paperwork in order and we did it. And then, he showed me the basic day-to-day stuff, just kind of get it going. And
over what time periods? Because it's phase 101 now, right? In between there and January 1st. What was the time period?
Yeah.
How long did he start to show you?
So I bought the company. I think we started in May of 2025.
Okay.
So it's only been 7 months-ish almost. And so over the course, again, it was going fine. It was humming along. She was just kind of showing me the day-to-day, checks coming in, this and that, here's the QuickBooks. And we have an office manager that I've already kind of been working with, kind of helping walk me through that kind of thing. And then I just kind of started keeping it humming, and I started asking questions. And that's when I started also looking at some coaching and some other things with them, because I knew before that, before I bought the company, I knew this is what I wanted to do.
Yes.
I wanted to transition it to this new model.
All right, good. We'll get to what that is. Don't give it away yet, but keep going.
Yeah. So I was like, I was giving a quick tutorial on the day-to-day. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So it was working pretty good. So I'm like, I'm not going to change anything right now. Now I need to learn. And that was my next step. So I need to figure out the day-to-day so we keep this going. And then now I need to learn and just absorb and figure out what the next step looks like.
Yeah, ask questions and say, well, I see that we're doing this, but why do we do that? Oh, we do that because if you don't put that money away, you get whacked with tax. You know, there's taxes coming, like anything, all the little stuff. You know, why am I doing this? Got it. Okay, good. So you can make decisions a year, 3 years from now based on, does that still apply? Not just this is where we've always done it. Why have we always done it that way? Well, the world changed, so we shouldn't do it this way now.
Yeah.
Like it.
And that's another thing too. A lot of it was just making things more efficient. Again, he'd been doing it for 20 years this way, and it was working. But I kind of realized, I was like, hey man, there's some things we can do here to just even clean up what's going on. Like
let's fix the house.
Let's make more of our deposits, more of our payments, ACHs instead of checks coming in the mail to us all the time. Let's get our supplies that we, you go to Costco every once in a while for, let's just do a subscription on Amazon or something like that. So a lot of those were just little cleaning the house, kind of making things a little more efficient, a little more clean, updating some paperwork, stuff like that. But those are just things that were, it was just more of just general business things that you need to update every once in a while.
All right. So now I feel like we've arrived at now almost, right? I mean, and so now you're running the place, you said May, which is, 6 months, 7 months ago. But now we gotta start talking about the future. You said, I've been looking at some things. I want to make some changes. Sometimes previous clinic owners don't make changes because they're like, listen, I know where I'm going. It ain't worth me tearing apart the deck to put a new deck on the house if I'm thinking of selling in 2 years. I'm not going to get the ROI, return on impact, out of that to play with the deck or whatever. Same for the clinic. So now here you are. So what changes are you making? What are the big 2 or 3 things that you're like, hey, I've been here for 10 years, elbows deep. I've always wanted to do it. And now I'm holding the wheel. So what's the 2 or 3 big levers you're going to pull for phase 1?
Yeah. So, I mean, our biggest lever is offering cash pay services.
Ta-da!
Yeah, that's the big one. And not only cash pay physical therapy, but we're going to be doing a cash pay stretch lab thing. So that's a big one. A couple other things, we're cleaning up how we schedule. We're going to be a little more efficient in our scheduling, and how we see patients. And then the third thing was the insurance issue. Looking at our insurances, what insurances are just killing us? What can we do to kind of clean that up a little bit? And make it more efficient. But the number one above all is just the cash pay.
Yeah.
That's our
how did you know though? I mean, this isn't me like grilling you, but like, how'd you know, like how are you judging that the market wants it, needs it, and will follow through with it? If people ask, like, how'd you get there?
A lot of it was through research, just like finding you and other people on LinkedIn. And I mean, I look at PT stuff all the time. Yeah. So I kind of hear what's out there. And then one of our employees now used to work at a clinic in a town about an hour away, who the clinic owner had started cash pay services and is now very successful at it. So I was kind of getting an ear from him, and I contacted that guy, and that's actually the guy I've been getting a lot of coaching with. Is this guy who's very successful on his own. And so it's just kind of been in my wheelhouse for a couple of years, knowing that's kind of the big thing we want to work on. Not going solely cash pay, obviously, but having that part of the mix.
It's an option, right?
It is. If that happens, that'd be awesome. But I also want to, our demographic here is really weird. We live on a lake. And so we have people who are like super, have a lot of affluence and a lot of money, but we also are out in the country where we have people who don't. And so that's a big part of it too, is be able to have feed both of those people.
I call them just doors, right? And this is where you get like tactical with, like, if I go to your website right now and I can't see the 2 doors and know which one that fits me to walk through, confused people don't.
Yeah.
They don't go any further. You just spend a bunch of money to get them to your website or to know about you. And then you get them there, either at your clinic physically, on your website, your socials, anywhere. They're going to look and they're not saying it consciously, subconsciously. Is this for me? Is there a door? Do I know is it one click away where I can see where I can become on this? And if the answer is no, the answer is not spend more or do more marketing. The answer is clean up the user experience and understand your brand to do that. Sounds like you are a few steps ahead. So you're doing that. But I wanted to pause and make sure, see what Matt's doing. He understands. You're talking about demographics, but you said demographics. You're talking about psychographics too. They're on a lake. They're rural. They're probably active. So if they have the money and they want to keep water skiing or hiking, there's the door that you can come through. By the way, when I say the door, I don't mean out. I mean in. Or hey, listen, you're rural. I can't afford that. There's a door. Let me open it and pull it open and hold it for you. That's great. All right. So just opening that or creating, knocking a hole in the sheetrock and the studs and making a new door for cash pay, like chef's kiss. What else? Now you get to sort of come in and put your fingerprints on everything. What else are you going to change? What else are you going to amplify?
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, so I was actually talking to my office manager this morning. The hard part is sometimes there's so many ideas coming at me.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, I can't do them all at once.
Don't.
Yeah.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah. Because then it's just like, you don't know. I mean, so part of what my thought process here, I was like, okay, Matt, chill out a little bit. Let's do the big things first. We'll see how it goes. We'll refine and then add because right now it's I just want to grab at this. We're going to grab at that. But there's a lot of, we have a lot of ideas as far as, using the gym and offering, not really for people who, the people who join a gym, they're motivated people, right? They go, but there's a lot of people especially in PT clinics who they desire doing something like that, but they are just not ready. They're intimidated or whatever it may be.
They're confused people don't.
Yeah. And so that's another thing I'm looking at is offering a bridge, so that, okay, you're done with therapy. You want to do that. You don't know how, you're not sure, you're uncomfortable. We can provide a bridge where that is, you're still under the guise of physical therapy and we're helping you run through, maybe you were here for your shoulder. So we're still going to focus on your shoulder, but we're out in the gym creating a program for you, really working on your shoulder, but you're in the gym space. Mm-hmm. So you're getting used and comfortable for that. And then, now your shoulder's real good. You've been doing it a couple of months. Now they're more ready to I am ready to do the gym and do the whole body thing or whatever. So part of it is looking into programs like that, being a bridge from you're done with the hardcore PT, but you're not quite ready for the normal gym stuff yet. And maybe, you're not, your shoulder or whatever it is, isn't quite where it needs to be yet. Here's a way to fine tune and get ready for the next step. So that's another thing we're kind of building toward is that bridge.
So here's why I like this. I'm trying to channel my inner Tony Maritato and Dave Kittle, my co-hosts for our live stream. Why wouldn't you be continuing that relationship with the gym? Of course you should, and you are. You're not doing anything fancy, which is great, which is, hey, if people are here, they should go there. If they're there, you're building a bridge. Bridges work they work both ways.
Exactly.
Look at that. And then, so what does a bridge look like? Is it a program? I knew a guy who had a gym, had the similar setup right next to a gym with a door, like quite literally. There should be a door, not go outside and come in. Like, literally telegraph. There is a relationship here. But there is also a divider here, right? So the door works in a couple different metaphoric and literal ways. This was smart, and maybe you're doing this. The guy said, hey, listen, all your new gym membership people, I have extensive experience as a physical therapist and also as a strength and conditioning expert, right? How about this? Every person that signs up for your gym, zero cost to you. They sign up with me as a training session. I will walk them around and show them how to safely use every piece of equipment, answer any questions, reduce anxiety. Hey, for the gym owner, we're going to make sure no one breaks your stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm sure that, you're going to make sure no one's going to break my stuff. How much does this cost me? I hear Tony and Dave yelling at me, charge them something. But maybe it could be a simple exchange of, hey, it might not have to be monetary in terms of exchange, but that was a little sneaky that I wanted to tell the audience where I think was brilliant. So it's the same thing. It's the same 20-minute script. And it doesn't have to be Matt doing it. It could be anybody on your staff. Oh, I never asked this. What's your staff look like? Like volume? How many people you got?
We have 8 total staff. We have
you.
3, and 2 more PTs.
You and 2 for 3 PTs total.
3 PTs total. We have an athletic trainer.
Nice.
Yeah, because we do a lot of stuff with the school as well, so that helps.
Smart man,
that.
brilliant. Keep going.
We have an aide in the back, and then we have 3 front office.
3. You guys are beefy. Talk to me real quick about what the athletic trainer does. You said some stuff with the school.
Yeah,
I want you to double click on that. Make that bigger.
So, and this started before I came. The owner has it's a small school, so they don't have athletic training services or anything but for games, right?
Now you got a gap, and you're like, we'll fill it.
Yeah. So it's all volunteer, and go to all the football games, all the basketball games, and then we're there we can't go to everything, but those are the big ones we go to, and then we help out with anything else. And I came on board. I loved high school sports. I was like, I actually wanted to be an AT as well, but that lifestyle, I realized this isn't for me. Nights and weekends. And yeah. And so, but I was like, this is perfect. I can do a little bit of it, but I'm still a therapist. So through the years, it got bigger and bigger. And it was like, man, it was all volunteer. And we're like, man, this is intense. We need someone who's a little more dedicated. So we have this athletic trainer who helps us out now. And he helps run a lot of those things with the school.
So is there anything financial between the school? Because they're required to provide that, right? Athletic coverage in some states anyway, right?
I don't know. Like, obviously a lot of the bigger schools around the area have ATs, but like at our size of school and in our district, conference, there's only one school I've ever seen that has paid athletic trainer.
So how does this work? You guys send this like pro bono?
Yep. And
then what is sort of on the back end? We're going to make sure everybody knows who you are.
We get, so a lot of it is a lot of it we use for marketing. Those games are community events. They see us out there.
I get it.
There's that. But then, a lot of it is we see the kids when they get hurt, when they get injured, they're patients of ours. Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like that. And then we get to do talks, before parents, before games, talking about concussions or certain injuries. So again, that's an outlet for us to be in the community, talking to parents, and we kind of view it as a marketing thing as well.
Can I ask a question or two? I'm a podcast host. I'm probably gonna anyway.
Do it.
Have you heard us talk about the combine idea that I've thrown around?
No, what's that?
So, all right. So right now you've got opportunity because you're going to do some talks with parents and you're on the field and maybe they give you a banner at the football game or whatever, thanks to, right? Let's say there's no financial. Yeah. I think there should be because you're talking about a school district with budget. And if it's legally, they have to provide it because of their insurance. I want you to, I'm not a lawyer, but I would double click on that and go,
I'll look at that. Yeah.
Can we at least cover his time? You know what I mean? Like an ATC should be, $100 an hour or whatever. So I would double click on that just to see, but here's how to make that relationship slipperier. So it's not a pipeline, it's a slide. So my thing I was talking about a few weeks ago was athletes love to get ranked. We love to get tested. We're dumb. We're big dumb animals and I love it. Right.
Yeah, same.
What we said was, so we're recording this in December right now. You're already like, football's over, right? High school football is over. You're working towards next semester, which is basketball, or is that going on?
Basketball has already started.
So what I would do is I would look ahead to spring. Track, tennis, baseball, volleyball, maybe for girl. It depends on the state and which indoor, outdoor, whatever. I would say take tennis, baseball, soccer, whatever. Go to your clinic and your gym. Look around. This is where you and your staff get to get creative. What are if you turned high school baseball into a combine, 225 for reps, long jump, high jump, all the things they make NFL prospects do, create your own version, but make it perfect for each sport. Like baseball, it sort of doesn't matter if I can jump high. So take that out, but overhead, shoulder, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? Do 10 events. And then I'd throw combine day. So you said you got a school district in your town. Where's the next closest one or two?
The next closest would be in Spokane proper.
How far is that? Ballpark.
That's about a 15, 20-minute drive. And that's
that's
a lot of schools there.
So here's the thing. I was going to say anything within a 30-mile radius because 30 miles is 30 minutes. People might go for 30. They'd go a little further especially now, man. I got a buddy whose kid plays on 2 hockey teams. Neither of them are in New York State.
Wow.
So what this would be is it's a one-day event. Your team gets invited for 2 hours. And here's the 10 events, and here's why you're doing it. hey, before the season starts, how's your team, man? Did they do any of the stuff you told them to do in the off season? We're going to have them do a combine, see where they are. Tell them what the events are, right? Then you have them do it. Your staff mans each station to make sure it's properly ranked, just like the combine. And you see where you are. Now you go over to ChatGPT and you make a spreadsheet. You see who ranked first in this event, and you rank them. Who ranked first in this event? Then you do a combined. Who's your best overall athlete, coach? Who is it? Right?
Yeah.
Here's the best part. Number one, you see who's doing well. We can help them do better. You see who's the middle of the bell curve. Hey, man, which side of the bell curve you want to be on? North side or the south side? And then who's bringing up the rear? This isn't to shame. This is just show opportunity. And the only way, so you can take this data and go and train yourself and then whatever. But the only way to see if you got better is to come back and try it again. See where this is. Like, you could do this for free, or you could say, this is it. Look, you see how much time and resources I'm putting into this, but now you're not asking each individual parent to pay. It's a team thing.
Yeah.
And like, parents these days are freaking used to it, for better or worse, on doing weird. Like, this is almost a showcase. But now you're saying, is this something you want to do after high school, or do you want to get better from freshman to junior to senior year? Phase one's the place you do it.
There you go.
So even though Spokane, in my mind, and I'm saying this for you, but also the audience who's listening, I still think this combine idea has legs. You can play with it, and you put the result. But now look what you do. Maybe you de-identify the data, right? So it's just player 127, player 635, right? And you put the results on your website. And you rank. Well, here's what's the mascot of your high school and the mascot in Spokane? Do you know?
We're the Eagles.
And what's Spokane? What's one of them?
They got a bunch of schools. One of them is we call it the Panthers. So
let's rank them, man.
Yeah.
Panthers, Eagles. And now they're going, man, you're exposed. Like, look at that. You're exposed. Like, yeah, we do. We don't have any dudes who are doing overhead shoulder press who are, on the baseball team, but we've decided that's one thing we're going to do. How many overhead press at 35 pounds can you do? I don't know. Make it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. People love this stuff. Peloton does this. Orange Theory does this. This is already done. I'm just stealing the idea.
Yeah. All right, that's great. Our athletic trainer he loves this stuff.
So here's my okay, good. Now that what's your athletic trainer's name?
Ryan.
Let Ryan own it.
Yeah, totally.
You give him it and you go, hey man, if this grows into a thing, let Ryan be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So this will be okay the first year, but then Ryan will be like, hey man, I'm seeing around corners now. I'm seeing what this could be if he wants to own it.
Yeah.
And
he totally would.
Next year, you know what we should do next year? Like, no, what, Ryan? What should we do? And be like, you will financially be compensated because we are now bringing in revenue through this. Mm-hmm. We're providing so much value and asking them, this is what we're going to deliver, and we're only going to charge you this.
Yeah.
And you could just do that backwards math. Like, this is what's going to cost us. And people, you should be getting, I don't know. This to me, I got excited when I found it.
That's a great, and I can't believe I forgot this. We're talking about another way we were making money. One thing we already started is Ryan did a sport camp this summer.
Ding, 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 ding.
So that can feed into it right there. It was like an injury prevention before school starts kind of thing.
I like framing it as a game because we're big dumb animals.
Yeah.
And it's like a showcase. Idea. The showcase is about my kid and me, right? The combine's about me. Injury prevention in a good way. PTs love to take these things and make it about health care and medicine and biomechanics. And I'm like, it ain't about biomechanics. It's about, am I going to do well next year and look good in front of my classmates or my teammates or my family? And that's not selling snake oil. That's reframing what people value, in my opinion. So I love the fact that you do that. That's a great revenue generator. Again, provide this much value, charge them this much, laugh all the way to the bank because they're excited, and you get to keep the lights on and then amplify.
Exactly.
One more thing that you're gonna flip now that you're driving the bus.
And then another thing we're gonna do again, we're offering kind of what Ryan was doing with these clinics. Our camps. We want to start offering various one-off clinics to the community.
In what way? I like it.
And so our other therapist, Blake, who listens to you, by the way.
Nice.
So
Hi, Blake.
Yeah. We're setting up a fall prevention clinic right now.
Got it. So, what is it called? If you listen to my live stream, Tony makes fun of me all the time. If it's got a mayonnaise name, people are going to look at it and think it's mayonnaise flavored ice cream. You got an idea? There's AI all over the place. What are you going to call it though?
You tell me. I want to know. That's where, again, I need to.
We can workshop it, but the first thing I'm going to do is go to ChatGPT and explain what you just said. Then I'm going to go, give me a name that slaps grandma across the face.
There you go. That is
or even better, slaps the 40-year-old kid of the mom who's 68 across the face. Like, I'm 46. I would say, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Because that was the advertising campaign for that Life Alert button. That every 10 minutes that was a commercial on in the 90s and 2000s. You want to grab their attention and give a shot to grab the person who this is for's attention. You have to earn attention first before you ever earn someone's even thinking about maybe coming to where you are at all. Period.
That's a great idea. Well, so that's one area that again, but
it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's a combine for grandma.
Yeah.
But don't call it a combine because grandmas don't watch the NFL draft. You know what I mean? But what Blake is identified, was this Blake's idea?
It was mine. And it was kind of both of ours. We've been talking about it for a while. I'm not going to say I took it. We've been talking about this for a while.
Good.
But it's his baby. Yeah.
Like there's yes to all of this. They're all combines. Just don't call them combines because that name wouldn't resonate, right? Like, brilliant. Yes. And but also I would say, whoever gave you that advice said, map this out. Use a Gantt chart. And that's like fancy talk. I've never put a Gantt chart together in my life, but I've looked at them. That's one of those charts where essentially it's like, this project is going to start in January and it's going to end in March. And then this one's going to start in March and end in June. This one's going to start in May and end in July. Like, map these out, because the things that you're talking about are very simple, but not easy, but very important if executed well. Waste of time, energy, and money if they're not executed well. I got, my brains this way because when I got put in charge to run a radio station, I wanted to do all the things, right? Yeah. I had been the number 2 for a long time, and now I'm the number 1, and I'm like, I do anything I want. And then my boss was just like Stephen Covey, start with the end in mind. He was like, so I'm like, I want to do an event where we give away 1,000 t-shirts and this and this and this. He goes, all right, there you are on the back of the pickup truck with the radio station logo on it, throwing away 1,000 t-shirts. How'd you pay for them? I'm like, what do you mean? Our marketing budget for a 50,000 watt rock radio station was $0. And that looked like a huge limitation to me, but it taught me how to think of every one of these. You have to provide so much value that it'll cover your costs and lead to revenue. And if it doesn't, we do not start that project. Like Mr. Beast, if he can't picture what the thumbnail of the video looks like or the title of the video looks like, they do not ever take the camera out of the bag. And that we should be doing that in business.
Yeah.
We're doing that in healthcare. Because what we do is we lead with, I want to help grandma. Great. Start with what does the end look like? And work backwards. That's the cheat code. It gets real easy when you start in the future. We're starting here. Where are we going? I don't know. The future. Then how do we know when we got there? How do we know if it's going to work? We'll figure it out. I like that attitude, but I like that when you have a North Star and you can at least say, there's the North Star. Let's reverse engineer. Yeah, so Blake, you and Blake are onto something with that as well.
Cool. I love it. That's a great idea to with the snazzy names, man.
It's got to have a name. Otherwise, people don't know what to call it to themselves and to others. They can't promote your boring thing. It doesn't fall out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Like if you watch the movie The Social Network, Justin Timberlake's character turned to Jesse Eisenberg and said, he got up and he was about to leave the restaurant. He's like, oh, one more thing. Drop the. Because people don't call it the Facebook. They're going to shorten it anyway. You might as well do it for them. But giving it a name, I know it costs $0. I don't have any data to support this, but if there's no name, they don't know what to follow. They don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
Gotta have a name.
Exactly. Perfect.
Right, we got a few minutes left. We'll go rapid fire questions. This is not about your clinic anymore.
Okay.
Now, because you have been doing extensive research within your own clinic about the profession, in other clinics, like the other one, a half hour away, you're looking. Why is it time for PTs to get out of the box now? Why is now the time to change things. This is you talking to other clinicians or other owners. Why is the time for PTs to get out of the box now?
Because you still have a little time, but not much.
For what? Before what happens?
Before what? Before, the story keeps going, right? Reimbursements from insurance keeps going down. Your costs keep going up.
Not going up, guys.
Yeah, it's not gonna be sustainable. Right now, we're doing it, but it's not horrible. It's not great. But I feel if you don't start making this transition soon, and it takes a while. Like I'm having to learn this stuff. It's a lot of trial and error. It's going to take a while before it gets up to where it's humming really good. So you got to do it while what you're doing now still makes money.
Make hay while the sun shines, because once your hay gets wet, I learned this because I was like, where'd that phrase come from? I don't do anything with hay. I'm like, why is the hay with the sunshine? Oh, once it gets wet, it's ruined. I'm like, oh, then that makes sense. Now make hay while the sunshine makes sense. Rapid fire. What do you think the clinic of the future looks like to you? What is it to you? I won't make you talk on behalf of the entire profession. That's too big. Yeah. What does the clinic of the future look like, feel like, sound like to you?
Oh man, it's a warm place where people can come in, without having to see a doctor or not. They come in, and it's not just about, man, my shoulder hurts. What's wrong? What can you do for me? And it's like, what is it that you are having a hard time doing? And what is it that your quality of life is poor right now? And what can we do to make your quality of life better?
It's a third place. It's the place that you go, not that you're forced to go. It's a place you want to lean into. It's a place you put on your calendar because after work, I go work out. Wouldn't it be beautiful if that place was also had a PT in it and we could help a little bit? If we could help a little bit to a lot of people, we don't need to charge people a lot of money because we have a lot of people we're helping a little bit.
Yeah. So I like to focus more on like, what is it about what's your quality of life? How can we make your quality of life better?
Bingo.
In regards to, your shoulder
function.
or whatever, your function or whatever it may be. And I think that's a big one. And the other one is, I like the idea of no paper.
Yeah.
It's just, everything is clean. It's just well running, slick. You got your iPad, your kiosk, or whatever. But it also needs to be simple. Cause that's one thing, because we went, with our EMR, we're all digital now and all that stuff. And I think it will get better as the year goes on, but the older generation still has a hard time with it. It's a little overwhelming for them. So it needs to be something that's still simple and clean. I do think as time goes on, as the new older generations, they're going to be used to it.
Yeah.
But right now we still find
they're going to demand it.
Yeah.
If the workflow on the clinician end is even a little bit more friction filled than it is somewhere else, you'll be fighting to get that good clinician to come work for you. What? You're asking smart people to make dumb decisions. They don't typically do that, right? Come here and you're going to do more work, and there's going to be a little bit of grain of sand in your sock working here because it's going to suck a little more and there's a little more friction multiplied by every patient interaction. Smart people typically don't make dumb decisions. Make your offer to hire a clinician or for someone to come work with you so stunningly obvious that it would be dumb for them not to do that. And that is a thing to invest in. What do you think what's the hardest thing about making the leap to clinic ownership been so far?
The buck stops with you.
You're it, baby. You are Atlas holding it up.
There's no one you can look back to and say, if I goof this up, it's on him. No
one's going to save you.
No. And so, but I like it. I do well with pressure. I know what I do well with, what I don't do well with. And for me, deadlines, I like deadlines. I like pressure.
Yeah.
It helps me stay on top of things when things are ambiguous, when things are just kind of whatever, that's where I don't do well. So having a little bit of pressure for me is a good thing.
All right. So what I wanted to do, you're a little bit abnormal. We've never done this before in the 10 years of my podcast, which was, I saw on LinkedIn that you were doing this. You've just left the diving board.
Yeah.
There's more to go. Like, believe it, we're going to go through some changes. There's going to be some really, really scary days, and there's going to be some great ones, man. I mean, as long as people are aware, it ain't all rainbows and sunshine. There's going to be some clouds, but there's on the other side of the clouds, there's going to be some stuff. So what I'd like to do is we're recording this in December, January, for like come back in March. Like I'd like to talk to 4 different versions of Matt.
All right.
Now, and then 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, right? So
love it.
And then just see, and we'll have a similar, I'll pull out the questions I asked you now, and then we'll have, so how'd that go?
Yeah.
Jimmy mentioned the combine. Hey man, tried it. Didn't work. All right. Okay. Got it. All right.
Sure
Lesson learned. But that's what I want to do, is because I want more. If we don't show more people your face and hear your problems and your successes, I think our profession maybe stalls, because it's hard to see what you're doing. What you're doing is your staff is seeing it, but that's small. How do we make the small big? Goofy little things called podcasts and YouTube. We can do that. So I'd love to have you back in 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. And that'll be like your first year. And then it's like, what's the favorite birthday of the parent? The baby's first birthday, right?
Yeah.
Again, you're a little odd, right? Because you didn't start this from zero, which is cool. But I still think there's a ton of lessons you're going to learn in the next 3, 6, 9, 12.
Yeah, that sounds great. And I love it. And one thing I'm excited about, and I told my office manager, one thing I want to keep track of is I want to keep track of, as we do these cash pay services and stuff, what percentage of our total revenue is cash pay, right?
Prove it.
So now it's 0.
Yeah, and we're starting from 0. And
that's perfect. In 3 months to be able to say, hey man, I don't know, 10% is cash pay, and then 6 months, 20%, whatever it may be. So that's exciting for me to kind of have those milestones to look at and see what percentage of the whole are we starting to transition.
Love to see it.
All right. Yeah, I'm super excited.
We're gonna have you back in 3 months. If you've listened to the show before, and like Blake's like, he knows what's coming next. It's called The Parting Shot.
This is The Parting Shot. One last mic drop moment. No pressure, just your legacy on the line.
No pressure, Matt. Just your legacy on the line for The Parting Shot. Do you want to say thanks to Brooks IHL? That's Brooks Institute of Higher Learning. They've been supporting the show for, I think, 3 years. World-class residencies, fellowships, and continuing education designed to turn good clinicians into great ones. They'll hold your hand, have you walk the walk, but then you're doing it on your own. Their mentors, their programs, they're all built around real-world patient care, and their grads consistently become leaders in this great profession of ours. Check out brooksihl.org and see how far you can go. It's brooksihl.org. All right, parting shot. No pressure, Matt, but hit me with it. What do you got?
Oh, man, all I would say for people who are interested in doing this, two things. One is do it. Like there have been so many things in my life where I'm just like, maybe. But the thing is to do it. But the second thing is to find people to help you go along the way. And for me, that's been coaching and getting people who are a step ahead of me and saying, hey man, teach me what help me along this way, and to be open to ideas. Yeah. That has been by far the biggest help for me, is to find someone who has done this well, and not just one person. There obviously can be multiples, but to help, and they're so willing to help.
They really are, like people who understand and look at you and they go, oh man, you're into some friction. If I could reduce that friction, if someone could have reduced that friction for me by 5%, man, I would have showed up. And now, I think the average is also higher in our profession, for better or for worse, right? In terms of people willing to give time, but there's a bunch of free resources. There's paid resources. You can ask people for free if the paid resource is worth it. Like a guy like Danny Mattei, like that guy, he tells people to go completely cash, but then he walks. I mean, he's barely even tries. I'm like, Danny, you got to like boost up your marketing. He's like, I don't need to. We get 200 people who want to run cash clinics in in-person events twice a year. He goes, I sort of don't need to. And I'm like, damn, that's when there's desire, when the demand is met. Shoot people the website. Where do they go to see your clinic website? I want clinicians to see your website because maybe it changes over time too. Where would you send them?
Yeah, it's phase 1. That's the number 1. phase1pt.com. And awesome. we will be updating that soon as well. With all these things, it's going to be changing as time goes on.
But not all at once, Matt.
Not all at once.
Perfect. All right, good. Matt, appreciate your time, man. Thanks for doing this.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it so much.
That's it for this one, but we're just getting warmed up. Smash follow, send it to a friend, or crank up the next episode. Want to go deeper? Hit us at ptpintcast.com. or find us on YouTube and socials at PT Pintcast. And legally, none of this was advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. See, Keith, we read the script. Happy now?